SEP FanFic Readings presents My True Love Gave to Me by Notebook and Ink. Chapter 4. Charm the Halls. Letters, Spring 2002 to Winter 2002. Dear Draco Malfoy, on behalf of the Scamander Foundation, I would like to personally thank you for attending this year's gala and for your continued contributions toward our efforts of creature rescue and rehabilitation. Without support from donors like yourself, the world would be without many of its beautiful creatures we work so hard to protect from unkind hearts. The creatures of the world, as well as we at the Scamander Foundation, are forever in your debt. Kindest regards, Hermione Granger.
Hermione Granger. I realized the thank you note was more of a form letter, but why is the Foundation having you send them? Don't get me wrong, the ego fluffing was top-notch. Sincerely, Draco Malfoy.
Malfoy. The Foundation thought having me send out the thank yous might incentivize the donors to continue giving, or give more in the coming years. A publicity stunt of sorts to keep the wheels greased. Glad to know I've still got away with words. P.S. For future note, we don't easily get mail out here, so the more you put in a letter the better, because it will probably take a few weeks before the owl can reach us. Hermione Granger.
Granger. So your reasons for fighting off a dark wizard and winning a war are finally paying off. I bet you're thrilled. I figured. I had a hard enough time just trying to get an address for you. Where is out here exactly? Or are you not allowed to say? Are they really just keeping you locked away in a basement to write form letters to rich old wizards? Pen me some kind of signal and I'll see what I can do about getting you out of there. Although, isn't Potter the head Auror now? Shouldn't he be on that already? I did notice you were absent from the gala this year. Theo said you'd been there in the past. DM.
Malfoy. Remember what we said about sarcasm? Still finding it a hard habit to break, I presume. I am allowed to say, we have been in South America for a while, right in the middle of the Amazon. There are some of the most amazing creatures here, and a lot of them are being threatened by deforestation, among other things. A colleague of mine actually managed to discover a yet unknown creature the other day, so there was quite a bit of fuss around camp. You might read about it in the paper soon. Yes, Harry is head of the Auror office now. However, if I am in any danger and you find out first, could you please put your childish feud behind you and let him know? I'd appreciate it. Didn't all your good pure-blood breeding cover letter writing? Where was the general question in that last sentence? No, I wasn't at the gala. I was supposed to be. Probably another reason why they wanted me to send out the thank yous. I had helped rescue a group of Pardusa cubs the night before I was to head back to England. They have beautiful coats and are often hunted for their skins. Their mother was killed nearby, and I didn't want to leave them. You were looking for me.
Hermione Granger. Granger. I believe it is going to be my lifelong curse, so I've given up trying to stop it. South America sounds amazing, if not a bit wild and dangerous. Don't they have more hostile creatures and beings than anywhere else in the world? Don't get me wrong, the chance of discovering something completely unknown would be amazing, but I don't know if it's worth the risk of being attacked by a Campor or a Noctail. As for Potter, believe it or not, we actually buried the hatchet, or whatever the Muggle phrase is, at my family's Christmas party last year. I'm surprised he didn't mention it to you. I thought your little group always spent the holidays together. So, yes, you have my word, on my honor as a wizard, that should you be in trouble that you can't get yourself out of, I will let Potter know. But if you think I will ever sit by and do nothing while you're in danger, you're sorely mistaken. I've done it once. Never again. Perhaps I was looking for you, if only to make sure my arms remained unpinched for the duration of the evening. You're excused. Those cubs were in much more need of you than some drunken old fools in a ballroom. If you must know, no, my pure-blood finishing classes did not cover letter writing. I'm sure the girls did. My father always told me to keep letters short and to the point, but he was mostly speaking in terms of business letters. These letters to you will be some of the longest personal ones I've written in years. That is, if you don't mind continuing. DM.
Malfoy. Most of the creatures here, like anywhere, are misunderstood. They've been viewed as dangerous for centuries. It's been the main goal of the Foundation since Newt started it so long ago, to hopefully change those views so the creatures aren't hunted. In North America and most of Europe he was successful, but not everywhere has been as willing to change. Though I wouldn't want to be on the wrong end of a Peruvian viper tooth, I happen to think nogtails are pretty cute, actually. You're not wrong. When we were younger, we used to spend the holidays together at the burrow, but after everything went down between Ron and I, it just hasn't happened. The Weasleys invited me over this year, but I used a lot of my time off to go home for Harry and Ginny's wedding, so I really only had enough days to spend Christmas with my parents, and run into you. To be honest, after spending more time with you, I believe it. Oh, I'm sure your arms are fine. I have yet to unleash the full power of the pinch on you. Ron's arm stayed bruised for 2 whole weeks once. I'd bet you'd barely had any lasting marks. Keep whining about it and I'll make sure you get it next time. What sort of classes do make up Pure Blood Finishing School? When are you supposed to take them? Before Hogwarts? During? There's differentiation between the classes the boys take versus the girls? What's that about? And no, I don't mind continuing. Hermione.
Granger, it seems you found a job you're really passionate about. If only all of us could be so lucky. Sure, I have the apothecary, which you should stop by next time you're around. Currently, my day is just monitoring investments, which is not something I'm passionate about. At all. Wait, so the rumors Theo relays about you fighting off a dragon in Gringotts isn't true? That's one of the things I like most about you. Of course you would think the demon pigs are cute. Nothing that small should have legs that long. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but what happened between you and Weasley? When I caught him looking at rings, I thought for sure I'd be seeing the wedding announcement in the Prophet. Pure Blood Finishing School starts around age 10. You go during the summer for as long as it takes to get through. How many classes you take depends on how finished your parents want you to be. Table manners, dinner etiquette, conversation lessons, international social customs, penmanship, and dancing, to name a few. Yes, the girls have many more on top of this list. Party planning, table setting, poise and deportment, makeup lessons, wardrobe and jewelry management, and more. My parents taught me a lot at home as well. They wanted a perfect heir. Not sure I turned out the way they were expecting. Since you don't mind continuing to write, is it fair to assume you also wouldn't mind continuing to meet me for lunch at the cafe when you're back in town? D. Granger, I know you said it would take a while for letters to reach you, but is it also possible for them not to be delivered at all? Or have I said something that upsets you? It's been weeks and I haven't received anything. I was kind of looking forward to hearing the truth behind your dragon rumor. DM. P.S. You're making this poor bird fly all the way there for hardly any words. If you are okay, you owe him a sackful of treats. Hermione. All right, this really isn't funny. I swear to Circe, if you don't answer me within a week, I am catching the next international portkey down there and coming to find you. I told you I wouldn't sit by again. I meant it. DM.
Malfoy, I'm so sorry if you've been worried. I caught some local fever and was laid up in the hospital for a few weeks, barely able to sit up, let alone hold a quill. I'm feeling better now and finally back at camp, although they've put me on light duties. I know you meant it, so hopefully this letter finds you before you do something drastic, although it would be nice to see you. I dreamt about you a few times in the hospital. The dragon rumors are not true. We didn't fight a dragon. We rode the dragon. And yes, it was my brilliant idea. There was no other way out of that bloody bank. Ron and I were never going to work out. When I came back from school, we tried to move in together, but we fought constantly. I was not what he was expecting in a future wife, nor would I ever be. He wants someone to be there when he gets home from work, have the kids all taken care of, and dinner on the table. I love Molly, but that's just not me. I want my own career and don't plan on having kids for a while, and certainly not as many as he wants. When he proposed, I said no. He thought maybe I just needed more time, and I kept trying to tell him that that wasn't the issue. So, a few weeks later, I ended it permanently, and he didn't take it well. We still haven't really spoken. Then I got this job, and you're right, I am passionate about it. I love it, and I don't regret leaving home to do it. When did you catch him buying a ring? I'd be happy to meet you at the cafe for lunch. We can talk more about your finishing school, because I've come up with so many more questions. I should be back in a month, but I'll owl you when I arrive, and we can figure out a meeting then. Hermione. P.S. Yes, I've given the poor bird all the snacks.
Granger, thank you for responding and saving me the trip. I'm sure South America and my complexion would not mix well. I'm glad you're feeling better. Please don't overdo it. I'm sure you're already playing fast and loose with the definition of light duties. I think I find riding a dragon more impressive than fighting one. I'm sorry you went through all of that with Weasley. If it makes you feel any better, I heard he isn't doing so hot in aura training. I know it makes me feel better. I caught him buying the ring at a jewelry shop in Diagon Alley, not long before he tried to give it to you. If you're going to be home in a few weeks, then this will probably be the last letter you get from me. I look forward to getting your owl, and we'll start preparing for the barrage of questions about archaic pureblood customs. DM. P.S. Don't think I didn't notice the comment about hospital dreams. I'll also have a list of questions when you get home.